Hello everyone, Satsu here once again. So I was taking one of my lectures of positive psychology in the class, and our teacher said something about how bad is actually attractive and people like to talk about it. People are more inspired and more in awe of things that are actually not allowed. While this is a very normal concept and thing, and this is something that all of us already know, this actually made me think otherwise. Because I like to give a spin of thoughts. So what actually came in my mind was, is bad actually the main thing that people are more interested about? Because we all know good and bad is a very subjective thing. So it's not actually the good and the bad that people are more interested in, are more inspired or more shocked when they hear about. It's actually about what is more common in the culture and what is more unique, what is more in the amount. Because we have two very important phenomena. Rare is unique and unique is attractable. Bad is more attractable. These are two different things. But we are over here when teacher was teaching us, she was taking us from the concept of the bad. But to me, it was more like she was talking about the positive phenomena of the society and how they are actually less. It to me it felt more like they were less in the number, and it was not actually the attachment to the bad stuff. Let me give you an example. Take an example of alcohol. Let's go to the Western culture. Because if I'm going to talk from my culture, the religion is going to come in, and then a lot of people are going to say this and that. So when talking about a general thing, let's keep things general and keep religion out of it. So let's go and talk about alcohol. Like I said, alcohol was something that was okay, that's going to be something different. If someone alcohol is not good for your health, and a lot of people do not take it in the advised contents, medically speaking. So when someone tells you that they don't drink alcohol at all, it actually amazes a lot of people that, damn, how the heck is he actually even managing to suppress his thoughts, his lust, and tensions come on people. How does he not succumb to alcohol for that? It is something awe inspiring for a lot of people. Now let's turn to a little PG-18 sort of an example. Virginity. Back in the days, losing your virginity was a big thing, and it was considered bad. Obviously, I would still consider it bad if you lose it in inappropriate ways to inappropriate people, because it should be with someone that's going to be your partner in your life. But anyways, that aside, it was something that was bad, and anyone that did it was, it used to be such an interesting gossip for a talk. Damn. Why? Even if it's between the girls themselves or someone else discussing that incident, it used to be something different. But now look, come it towards the other side of this. In today's society, if a girl loses virginity, it's a very common thing out there in the West in due times. But let me give you an example of a girl who is 18 years old, and she hasn't lost her virginity, and she doesn't want to. A lot of people will actually bully her, because that goes into my context of how good is actually the bad. That's my other video before. But that aside, you see how something that was different back then is becoming totally opposite, and the reactions that were given to something have changed. So it's not actually about the good or the bad thing, because the notion is still the same. The people who are defining what good and bad is, the elders are still not going to look at a girl losing her virginity at a young age as a good sign. And morally, ethically, and a lot of other contextually speaking, it's not a good thing. But people actually stopped caring. So if a girl 18 years of age still has her virginity intact, that is something amazing. And not a girl, a man as well, totally being gender equal over here. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing, it is actually amazing. So this is the thing, we actually have stopped. Bad is not the thing that is more attractive. It's something that we cannot have or is not easy to have in our reach. Bad is appealing to a lot of people, and I'm not going to explain why. We all have our own reasons, but or maybe that can be a topic for another video. But the thing over here is, when we are looking from the positive psychology's aspect as to how why these emotions are so less in our society and stuff like that, it's not the attraction towards bad, but it's actually following a major big trend and just going with the flow and not being able to find our own niche among all of this. So if someone is able to do that, it becomes something amazing. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it becomes attractive, it becomes something to talk about, something to look after, something to know about. Coming back towards my country, let me give you a very simple example. To those of who can relate and to those of you who cannot, I would advise try to think about it. You see, namaz, salah, is something first, which means a duty on all of us Muslims. We have to offer prayer 5 times a day. But a lot of us Muslims today actually don't. We are so chill about it as if it's nothing. But should we? It's a duty. We are going to be punished according to our religion if we are not going to follow, because this is like, one of the essence. It's the 5 pillars of Islam. It's one of that. But we're so chill about it. And so if in today's world, someone comes to us and say that he offers 5 times a day, it's actually something very admirable, and people comment that it's a commendable deed, even though it's just something that was supposed to be normal for everyone. But since it is not, it has become a commendable deed. Exactly, that good thing has become something of a, something of an awe-inspiring thing, something that would entice the other person to know more about that person. How do you actually do it, yeah? Or I would like to do that as well. Obviously I cannot, but he still thinks better of that one person. So it's not actually the bad things that are attractive to our mind. It's the things that are unique. It's things that we find difficulty in achieving. And that is something I tried to discuss with my teacher over there, but my teacher shunned me out and said that is my own opinion, and that is, I should keep it to myself and not speak in the class. And ever since then, I have not been able to properly focus in that class and not enjoying that class at all, even though positive psychology is just what I have been wanting to read, because this is something that I want to pursue as my future, as my career in the future. But all of that things aside, it felt nice to share it out. I hope what I wanted to clear out was obvious. And as always, even though I try to keep things short, they, you know. But anyways, that's over and out. Take care, guys.